Hello lovelies, welcome back to Alakege YouTube channel. In today's tutorial, I'll be learning how to make this turban cap with the bow at the front here. So it has this bow detail at the front. So if you're interested in learning how to make this turban cap, please continue to watch this tutorial. If you're new here, please kindly subscribe to this channel and please click on the notification bell so that I can get notified whenever I upload a new tutorial. And to all my old subscribers, thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you very much for your support and love. So thank you. So now let's move on to the making of the turban cap with the bow design. So to start off, you need to get a fabric of about 20 inches long. It should be 20 inches wide and 26. This is 26 inches long. Why is it 26? My head circumference is 22, then plus 4 inches. I added extra 4 inches. So make sure you measure your head circumference. That's your round head circumference plus 4 inches. That's how you're going to get the length, and you're going to use the width of 20 inches. So after that, I mark 1.5 inches. That is what I'm marking right now. So just turn this to the wrong side of the fabric and mark 1.5 inches at interval. So after doing that, on each line, just pick 0.25 and go ahead and sew a straight stitch straight down on all till the end. So do this. So I've done that already. I make sure to stitch on each line. So this is how it's looking right now. So the next thing I'm going to do is to fold this into two, and for me to get the midpoint of this, I'm going to fold this into a notch. So I'll notch this. So after notching here, then I'll get my headband. My headband is my head circumference plus 1 inch. My head circumference is 22. So 22 plus 1 inch. Then the width is 4.5. So I folded it into 2. So the width is 4.5. So I'm showing us that the width is 4.5 and the length is 23. That means my head circumference plus 1 inch. The 1 inch is for sewing allowance. Can you see that this is 23 inches? So I'm just going to go ahead and fold this into two like that. So I need to get the center of this. I need to fold this in and get the center. So just like I get the center of the turban base, this is the turban band. So right now you're going to place this right side facing the right side. I'm going to place it on here after folding that into two. Then you must make sure the notch part meets, like where you notch on the turban base and also on the turban band, make sure they meet, and you go ahead and run a stitch straight down. This is because there is excess at the side of the turban base, so that's why I need to do that. So here is my turban base, turban already. I've joined the turban band already. Can you see how this is looking right now? So I'm going to fold this into two. So I'll fold this into two. So I'm just folding this into two. Make sure you fold this into two very well. Okay. So I'm trying to get the midpoint of this. So before folding this into two, I need to do something. So I need to look for the midpoint here. So before I start doing joining here, I'll get my chalk. I first want to eyeball it, but I noticed that I need to explain this for us, that you need to get the midpoint. So once you get the midpoint of your turban, you need to go ahead and rule a straight line at the center. So I'm trying to get my tailor's chalk in order to rule a straight line at the center. So once you rule a straight line at the center, on each line that you joined, all this line that is joined here that you did on the wrong side of your fabric, you need to pick, just run a running stitch. So I'm going to rule a straight line like so right now at the middle of the turban cap right here. So I hope we see the chalk, but if you don't see it, I just rule a line there. So on each part there, just make sure you just hold just a little, just about 0.125. Just make sure you hold it. Then you continue to on each line, on each line that was joined. That is where you're going to go ahead and be making just going to be picking it in. You're just going to put in your needle in. So I think I cut through the thread the other time, so I'm trying to do it again. So I'm going to start from the wrong side. You're going to pass your needle through the wrong side to the right side, and from where you notch, just pick and run your needle. Pick on where you joined the second line, run your needle. On the third line, you run your needle till you get to the end. That is, the end is the last place that you joined, that you run a stitch on. So I'm just continuing to do that. We need to pull this together in order for us to have the design that we are working on. So I'm just picking. Can you see how I'm picking each line that I join? So I pick it, I draw it together. You pick it just a little on about 0.125. You draw it together. You pick it, you draw it together till you get to the last line, last place that you joined, like so. So this is how it's looking right now. So this is how it's looking. Can you see? So the end, that's the end. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut the thread and tie a knot. I'm going to go ahead and tie a knot. Can you see? So you just go ahead and tie a knot. You can tie about 2, 3, or 4 times until you know that you have knot this very well, so that it's not go and loose. Because once it's loose, you're going to go ahead and do it again. So make sure you tie this very well. Then you cut off if you have excess thread there. So after that, the next thing is to fold this into 2. So we need to join this together by the side. So from the turban cap here, the length of the band is longer than the turban base. So on the turban band, you're going to join it together and just go down. After you've joined it together by the turban band there, with the same allowance you have there, you're going to go ahead. It's just what I use my hand to trace this to show us. You're going to just follow the lines there. So after you've joined it at the base, you come down to the side where you still have your fabric left. You join like that. Watch how my hand goes. So that's how you're going to join it. So I'll go ahead and join this and show us. So can you see I've joined it together already? This is how it's looking now. So at this end here, so we still need to go ahead and do running stitches again, just to tighten the turban. Can you see how it's looking right now? I'm cutting off the thread. So right now I'm going to go ahead and do my running stitches. Look at where I started from. I didn't start from the base, I just started from the end here. So just look at how I'm going to be doing it. So just continue to do running stitches. I'm sure we know how to do running stitches. So just go ahead and use your needle and thread to be doing that. You put in, just pick and sew like that till the end. So, and that is it for this. So I'll pull it out like so. So I'm just going to cut off the excess thread there. So I'm trying to make another stitch there and tie this. So I just go ahead and tie this. So tie as much as you can. So just go ahead to tie like so. So this is how it's looking like. This is your head, turban head. So I'm testing it on my head before this is how it looks like before I added the bow to it. So this is how the turban looks like. So right here I have 3 fabric that I've joined together with lining. I use bridal satin for lining. So I just cut 3 pieces. I'm going to show you. So the first one that is small, have the length is 7.5 inches and the width is 11 inches, 7 by 11. Then the second one is 8.5. This is 8.5 by 12 inches. Can you see 8.5 by 12 inches? This is the second one. And for the third one here, I have 9 inches by, I think this 13 inches, 9 by 13 inches. So I join them together with the lining. So if you want, you can add interface to this to give it a standing effect. If you want your bow to stand, but I didn't add anything to mine. I just joined them together by the side, and I'll go ahead and iron this together and create my bow. So I did not add any interface, but if you want, you can add stay or hair stay or gum stay to this to give it a like support to make it stand firm. So I'm just going ahead to do my bow now. So I just pleated this, I gathered this together and run my stitch just like I'm doing a running stitch. This is the easiest method for me. So you can do any the way you like, the way you create your bow. So I'm just gathering it together and putting my needle through this. So you gather it together, you use your needle to go through it at the center. This is to enable us to create our bow. So this is how I just do mine. This is just the simplest one. So if the fabric is thicker than this, I would have used a fabric to gather this at the center, but because the fabric is not so thick, so if yours is thick, if you have added like stay and it's thick and the needle cannot go through, you can use fabric, like you can use your hand to gather it together and use fabric to tie it at the center, or you use thread to tie it at the center. So just make sure you gather it together, make sure the shape is nicely formed, and just go ahead and tie it. So can you see I'm just running the thread around? I'll just go ahead and tie this. Can you see I'm doing it there? And voila, I have my bow. This is the bow that I'll be using. So I'm just going to tie this very well. So here's the bow here. So the next thing is I'll just tie this. After tying this, I'll get my turban cap already. So now we'll just go ahead and add this to it. So I'll just place this on top of it. I'll just place this on top of this. So that's it. So this is all for it. So I'm just going to add this to the center of my cap, and that is all. So guys, I'll be dropping a link in the comment section. Please join that link. There will be a free detailed foundational tutorial. So yes, it can see I'm just going ahead to place my turban, my bow tie on my bow. Let me say bow tie on the middle. So I use gum to join it there. I didn't bother to tie anything, so I just use gum to add it to it. So at this, I use glue to glue the bow tie to the cap. Can you see how it's looking right now? It's so beautiful like this. So like I said earlier, I want to organize a tutorial. I found out that some questions that some people have issue with their pattern drafting from the beginning. So I'll be organizing a foundational class. It will be so detailed with so much exposure. If you're having problem with your patterns, so the class will be very detailed. So if you're interested, please, I'll drop the link in the comment section. The training will be on Telegram and it's super detailed. So the training is absolutely free, so you don't have to worry about paying to join. So just follow the link and please wait for further instructions in class. So there will be further instructions in class, so make sure to wait for further instructions. It will be I'll give us the detail of how the class will go. So thank you very much for watching. If you've not subscribed, kindly subscribe and also click on the notification bell to catch you